Well, hey, we got our second guest coming up right now. He went to, I don't know why the brother was, out in Valley Center, but he went to Valley Center High School, and then we got him out to Idaho State. He's a Bengal at Idaho State University. Anthony Ricks.
Yes, sir.
Anthony, what's up, brother?
Nothing much. Just glad being back in San Diego.
Yeah, man. Is it snowing back there in Idaho?
Crazy snow. It's a snowstorm out there right now. So I was glad to get away from that.
Now, Anthony, last time I seen you, you were kind of skinny. You had some muscles, but now, man, bro.
Yeah. I mean, the redshirt year is what helped me the most.
Right.
That was my toughest year by far because, it was horrible sitting down, especially having to just sit and watch when you especially when you feel like you can be out there. But it was great for me. Like, it really helped me learn the system a lot and just basically also mature myself a lot.
Right,
too.
right.
And then, that helped me a lot. I think I gained at least 20 pounds.
Yeah, man, you look great, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
When I gained 20 pounds, you don't look good.
I just gained 15. Sitting here.
Wow. So, yeah, you get 5 years to play for, and these kids, they all think they're going to start as true freshmen. There are guys, phenomenal guys like Quentin Meeks, starting over there at Stanford, but that 1 year of transition helps a lot.
It really has helped. You can look Jameis Winston, he redshirted too. His 1 year, then next year won the Heisman.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely tough, but it helps you a lot. It just helps you just grow and just develop yourself and it's hard coming into a system for the first year, and then but that second year you definitely feel more confident in yourself too.
And academics as well, right?
Yeah, academics too, learning the whole system, learning the whole college life basically. But it wasn't that big of a deal. I hate it, but you got to do it still.
Yes. So what's the biggest difference from high school to college? Academics wise.
Academics wise, what's the biggest difference is basically you just don't have time to procrastinate anymore. Because in high school you can wait till the last minute, get it done, and still get a good grade. In college now, you can't just do the basics anymore because the basics just isn't good enough. You just gotta really set yourself high, really shoot high for yourself, and then that's how you basically get good grades. But I learned that the hard way too. Definitely took a while to learn that, but I'm getting it now. I'm starting to get it a little bit.
So now, when you get there now, it's like a job, right?
Everything is a business.
You have a schedule, right?
Describe a day. Describe a day. So last year my schedule was even worse. Last year when I was redshirting, we would have weights at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then I would have class at 8:30 until about 12. Go to lunch, and then I have one more class. Then we have meetings, practice. Then after practice, we'd have study hall from 7 till 9 o'clock at night.
Whoa!
So
your whole day is
set.
Wow!
So basically, you have no time. Your life is strictly football and school.
Wow!
So what about when the team was on the road during your redshirt year?
When the team was on the road, well, we didn't. We only traveled to a couple games. They took us to the big games, so we went to Utah and we went to Utah State.
Okay.
So even when we were on the road, though, we still had to make sure we got all of our hours done before. All of our stuff, we were required to do 6 study hall hours a week, so we make sure we get it done before. Then you can go.
Right. So what was the first game that you played in? Now that you're second year, redshirt freshman.
First game I played in was Black Hill State. Was our first game of the season.
Okay.
That was the first game I actually got to play in and actually basically get my feet wet. We blew them out 55-0. Okay. So that was why I got to go in. But my first game I started in was, I think, our 5th game of the season was against North Dakota State. Or not North Dakota State. Sorry, North Dakota University of North Dakota.
Champions. What they champions?
I don't know. No, University of North Dakota State was. North Dakota wasn't.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I got to play against them, and at that time they were ranked number 1 in our conference.
Wow.
So it was a big game for me to go in, just to go in and start. But it was fun. It was really fun, and that game, I had a couple key plays, couple PBUs, but at the end of the game, we were actually we were up by, I can't remember. I think it was like 4. So, and then they tried to Hail Mary. Of course, to my side, on my first game, they tried to throw a Hail Mary, but we were able to knock it down.
Nice.
So, crazy first game to start in.
So, you got your first career pick this year, right?
Yes, against the University of Montana.
Ooh, Grizz.
Grizz.
So slots on the program.
No,
they're good.
Was it home or away?
It was home.
Home in the Dome. Got
There
your
you
first
go.
pick.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that play, man. Come on.
Man. We're basically kind of like in our cover 2 defense. And then, what's it called? They tried to throw... the guy tried to do a whip route on us, and we were able to get some pressure on the quarterback. So the quarterback was trying to run out the pocket, and he just tried to throw it up. And I was able to just go get it. It was a great play call by our defense. So it just had me in the right position at the right time. So when he tried to whip, I was already outside leverage. Just easy money.
Nice.
Hey, how'd that feel? I mean, come on.
It was great because actually the drive before, they tried to go deep, like on a deep post on me, and like I'd batted the ball away, and then after I kind of, all the DBs get up and they do a little arm celebration, and I'd actually got a penalty for it. So I got a penalty for it, and then my coach was mad, furious at me. He took me out for a couple plays and chewed me out. So and then right at that drive after, I got that pick. So it was just a relief. So it was a way for me to show hey, I'm not about to go down and tank. So I needed that, especially at that moment.
So tell me about playing in a dome, man. How different is it?
Playing in the dome, it's a lot different. It's tough for other teams playing in there because, what's it called? It's really hard to breathe in there.
Oh.
Because, it's just stuffy and hot and, basically, and it's not, an open dome.
Uh-huh.
So, we're basically getting, no fresh air.
Oh, man.
So,
ventilation.
Exactly. And we're already in Idaho. The elevation is already higher there for a lot of schools. So, when they come in, it's just hard for them to breathe.
Right.
And it makes
it
exactly. So it's an advantage to us, because it basically slows down, especially for our defense. It slows down a lot of teams' offenses, and then for offense, it makes it hard for the defense because they're gassed.
Right.
They're constantly having to sub and stuff. So, I like it, but at the same time, it's hard. I be huffing and puffing out there for sure.
Can you leave a door open or something?
Window or something?
Seriously, turn the AC on.
Now, when you first got out there, was there anybody you kind of clicked with to kind of help you get comfortable? Because I know that first year is kind of you miss home, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. One of the guys I clicked with was a dude from out here. His name is Xavier Fitty.
The running back.
Yep, he was from El Camino. Yeah, so he was one guy that's helped me a lot. He was our leader of our team. He just graduated this year, and he actually just broke the rushing record. He's our all-time leading rusher at our school this year. Man. So him, it definitely helped having him a lot, just because he's from out here. Right. He's basically went through exactly what I'm going through at the same time, so I was able to click with him. And then also another senior I was close with, his name was Kyrie. He's from the Fresno area. So a lot of the upperclassmen helped me a lot, just because they just know exactly how it is. So they just basically just not get they give us advice, help us get through it. Especially being out there in Pocatello, Idaho. It's tough because there ain't nothing to do out there.
Pocatello. Man, you guys ever played Salisbury?
No.
I'm all confused here.
No, Anthony, the Big Sky Conference is no joke.
No joke at all.
They throw the ball like crazy and they whip it around.
Exactly. A lot of, basically every school except Cal Poly is in the spread or the air raid offense.
Yeah. So how are the receivers? Tall, fat. What's the difference? High school, when you had these guys locked down, then you come to college and then, the speed of the game.
Definitely this. Everybody in college, everybody's fast and everybody's strong. So, it's not obviously adjusted. The hardest part is just the mental part. Basically, it's not even of course, it's basically who just wants it more. Yeah. That's just, you just have to learn that dog mentality in you. So I think that was the hardest part for me, because obviously adjusting to the speed and stuff a little bit, but just like finally learning like whoever wants it more is gonna take it.
Because these guys, it's 1AA, but the 1AA is Division I
Exactly.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys that you go up against are no joke.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of the kids we go against, like, just kind of just maybe were underlooked or had an injury or something. So, I mean,
they're D1 guys.
Yeah, they're D1 guys for sure.
And what were your D1 games that you guys played?
Our D1 games we played Boise State,
Mm-hmm.
and then who else did we play this year? We played Boise State, and last year we played Utah and Utah State.
Oh, man, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boise State, did you talk to Chancellor out there? Chancellor James?
Oh, no, I didn't really get to talk. I mean, I got to play a little bit. I mean, they blew us out. But so I got to go in. Oh, we played UNLV. That was our other game. UNLV. Yeah, that was a bad game for us, too. So we don't want to talk about that one. But
Next.
Exactly. I mean, but those games were fun to play in.
Yeah.
Just playing in that environment, especially on the Smurf turf. Like, that was a lot of people's dreams. Like, going and playing on that blue turf.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. And then UNLV, that was just a great experience, just especially being in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then it was cool, like just having be able to go around to like just the around Vegas experience. Yeah, around the town, just be in the Vegas environment. So it was a good vibe for everybody.
Now, did your parents get to come see you?
Yeah, my parents came to pretty much all of our California games. So they came to UNLV, Cal Poly, and they came to Sac State too.
Sac State. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because the Big Sky, man. I mean, they've had a lot of guys in the NFL. They this year was Sac State that beat, or was it Portland State?
Yeah, Portland State
beat Oregon State.
Mm-hmm.
And what was some of the other games?
Eastern Washington was close with Oregon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what's it called? There was another upset. Like even when they did play the big schools, a lot of the schools were close. Like they were all close games. Came down to the last minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. And then the Big Sky, even in the Big Sky Conference, every team that was number one probably dropped. Like it was number one changed every week.
Yeah.
Just because teams would win, teams would lose. Like nobody was. It wasn't like we were consistent. Like every team just played better every week.
Wow. It's a tough conference.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So the conference is tough. Now, how about in the classroom? Did that transition from high school to college get to you?
Yeah, it definitely got to me a little bit. Like, I mean, I was able to maintain a good GPA. Like, I was over a 3.0 still. I mean, but like,
that's great.
Right. I mean, it's good.
3.0 combined.
It's my goal.
I mean, but like,
40s.
I know. but I mean, like I said, my parents always have been hard on me. Like, really pushed me on the education and stuff. Right. Like, obviously, our schools first, and then football. Like, that's always been big. So, I mean, but it definitely took a lot. Like, at first, like, I wasn't getting such good grades, and I had to like really like pick myself up. Yeah, and like really focus. Like, all right, let's get this done. Like,
what's your major?
My major is business. And I'm actually double majoring in marketing and management.
Ooh,
yeah.
Boy. Now, your mom was an athlete.
Yeah, she was.
See her play. Sherry, a.k.a. Sherry Morris.
Yes.
She was deadly from three-point land.
So Sherry did.
Yeah. Sherry, yeah. And she was really scrappy.
Yeah, she was. I mean,
she was all elbows.
That's how she is now. Still, really. She's still scrappy.
You got to see marketing, huh?
She plays no games, even when it comes to the little kids. Like her littlest one, who's 3, she's tough on her.
Yeah, she was really good, man. She could play. She was an athlete. Pops was an athlete too.
He was an athlete too. My real dad, he played at Morris too. He played football and basketball, and then my stepdad, he played at the University of New Mexico. Played tight end. He played with Brian Urlacher. Yeah, he played with Brian Urlacher was there.
Nice.
And then he actually went to the league and was there for 2.5 years and played for Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh, there you go, man. So it's a real athletic family.
Mm-hmm.
Nice,
definitely.
Nice.
But I mean, that's what's helped a lot too, especially having like athletic family too, and like I have a cousin, James. I don't know if you know James Johnson. Yeah.
Oh, he went to Valley Center.
Went to Valley Center and then went on the UW and stuff.
Yeah,
so
he was
like
a beast.
Yeah, and then like just like all my family's pretty much been in sports, so that's helped a lot. Just having all of them just basically as an influence and kind of like basically learning too, like what some people did and what some people didn't. That's what's helped a lot too.
What would you tell like high school seniors now that are being recruited to schools, like going into college? How was your conditioning level? Like, were you ready for your first camp? Did you know what to expect? I mean, you had a cousin that went to.
Yeah, I mean that's what helped me a lot too. But at the same time too, it is a different experience and stuff. And like, I mean, basically like you gotta work and like basically be prepared for anything. Because I mean, what helped me a lot too was coming out of track season. Mm-hmm. So like, and I ran track I've been running track all my life, and I ran track all 4 years of high school too. Mm-hmm. And so like I was there like conditioning wise and stuff. I was there, but like obviously physically and stuff like. It's different. Like you're going against grown men, exactly. Yeah. So like basically, you just got to work and just be prepared for anything. Because like honestly, you can feel like you know, but at the same time, you won't until you step on that field.
Now, have you changed anything, like your training regimen now? Like, do you train different, or do you still train the same way before you went into college?
I definitely think I train different and stuff, just because like at the next level and stuff, like. Everything's kind of like better and stuff. Like we have better trainers and stuff, and people like we have people that really like help us and really like help us focus and stuff. But then at the same time too, like I just feel mentally like I'm just like stronger and stuff, and mentally like just wanting more and just willing, just know my goals and know what I want.
I think going away to college also helps out a lot.
Exactly too, and especially like going out of state, like if being in Idaho, it's helped me a lot, especially just my maturity level and stuff like. And just, like, kind of being out there by myself, like, even life, like, okay, I don't really have family and stuff out there, so I kind of got to grind for myself, like, just grind to basically eat and, like, work and stuff.
You know what's cool about football is that usually you have to go out there, like, August, a few weeks before school starts, and you start to develop those friendships and everything with guys on the team, so you're not going in the first day not knowing anybody.
Yeah.
You know, at least you got teammates
exactly
that you're friends with and that can help out a lot, so, but, man.
Yeah. So, who's your DB coach?
My DB coach is Stanley Franks.
Stanley Franks. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, describe to the young guys out here like a positional meeting. Like, what have you got? Bring your notebook.
Yeah, basically. So, a position meeting. We come in. Yeah, you have a notebook that you bring with you every day, and pretty much we're breaking down film. So we're either watching our film from the day before, from the practice before, because they film every practice every day. So we're either watching that or. We watch that, or we're watching for our game film, so we're breaking down like techniques and stuff the other team does, or their tendencies. Or if we're not watching that, we're watching just technique stuff from not other schools, like from previous years, or even like from the next level in the NFL and stuff. We're just watching their technique. So we're constantly like criticizing technique, and we're constantly just helping ourselves get better and stuff.
And then notes. Like
I'm thinking I'm on my third notebook so far already.
Wow, that's awesome. So, like, when you see the other team's receiver, I mean, you look at, I got this guy.
Yeah, I mean, basically. And you got to just feel confident. But at the end of the week, you've learned so much about this receiver. You know exactly what he's going to do. So, like, and that's what helps you a lot. Just the film study, like, constantly being in the film. That's what helped me tremendously.
Okay. Which was a little different from in high school.
Yeah, I mean it was different just because like high school we had the huddle thing and stuff, and like I mean it helps, but at the same time it was kind of like we weren't so like strict on film. High school is kind of just like we just got to do whatever we got to do, get the W.
And then so what about the how'd you transition from the playbook?
The playbook, I mean it wasn't that much different. Like I mean. All defense is pretty much the same. Like we have our cover 2 and cover 3. It was just kind of like our scheme and how we run it and stuff. Like, and then like our technique that we do it. Like our technique was the biggest thing. Like that was what was hardest for it. Like especially for me coming in. And then like, I mean, because in high school, like it was kind of like, just go do your thing and make the play. Yeah. So like,
be athletic.
Exactly.
You got flats.
Exactly. And then even in high school, I didn't even really play corner. Like they had me at safety for 2.5 years. And so, like...
It's a big jump. I mean, that's a big transition.
Exactly. So, going back to corner. So, and then... But, I mean, I was able to pick it up. I mean, obviously, I still got a lot of stuff to work on. But, I mean, it was a big jump. But, I mean, it was good. I love it. So
was there something, when you came out there, was there something that you struggled with a lot? That you you knew that you had to work on, but it was just difficult for you to get it?
Yes, I'd say like pretty much my man coverage. I'd say like all of it, just because at Valley Center, like we never really ran man, like just because like at that school, like it's a good program, but obviously like we don't get a lot of the athletes and stuff like that, like Helix and all those schools get. So like we kind of like work our way around it and stuff, and like work with what we have. So like a lot of the only person I was the only kid that really ran man, like. If we had like a good receiver, if they had a good receiver, they'd just be like, "Yeah, go, that's you all game." And then I was also expected to make every other play, but like we never really ran man. So coming into college, like this is my first time ever running like pretty much man and learning the techniques like really. So I say that was just like that was what was the hardest and stuff, and what took me kind of the most picking up, just like my man press technique and just like getting like working on the line of scrimmage and stuff. So. But I love it now. It's fun. Like, and it's not so hard just sticking because like, you guys got one person. But it's fun. It's definitely fun, and it's competitive too.
They don't want the wing T out there in college too much.
Not so much. I mean, only Cal Poly does it, but I'm happy I'm away from that. That offense is.
Yeah, you're playing DB, and then they run the butts in there for, and you're just standing out there going,
just standing out there, having to come up and constantly fit. Like, I'm a corner, just throw me the rock.
200-pound running back coming at you.
Exactly.
So what are your goals for after college?
My goals for after college?
The league?
Definitely. I would love to go to the league. Definitely want to try to get picked up somewhere. Mm-hmm. I mean, but backup plan obviously would be like, I really want to start my own business doing something.
Get your MBA and
exactly. Want to kind of hopefully like what I do, I can graduate early from my retro year. That helped me a lot, gave me a lot more credits. Graduate early and then just work into my master's, and then eventually like pick up some.
You did summer school and everything.
I wasn't able to do summer school, but I loaded my schedule up heavily. Like I was taking 16, 17 credits each semester.
That's tough.
Exactly, and with football too, like it was really tough, but. I was able to do it somehow.
Well, Anthony, man, we're glad you came to see us, all the way from Idaho.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Enjoy your Christmas holidays, and our other guests, Sherry Faith Sampson, all here from Livingstone College, and in
Pillsbury.
Morris High School.
In Pillsbury.
Salisbury. And I want to thank them for coming, and congrats to Coach John Joyner and the Modern Day Crusaders.
Sure.
State champion.
Coach Thompson had a great season.
Coach Thompson and Rancho Bernardo. Von Valley, our guy out there, had a great game.
Yeah. Another one.
And we'll be back next week around the Coach Rose Show with Iggy and Armand.
Yeah.
KBLKradio.com.